Welcome to SEO Deep Dive by Map Rank Hack, the podcast for service pros who want to get found, get clicks, and get paid. Each episode breaks down real Google Maps SEO strategies that actually work. No fluff, just results. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take complex stuff and, well, make it make sense for you.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're looking at something pretty big, how your customers, your local customers, are finding you. And it's changing.
It really is. Forget just typing into Google for a second.
Yeah, we're talking about actually talking to Google using their voice.
Exactly. Voice search, it's shaking things up for local service businesses, how they get seen, how they get hired.
And it's not some small trend, is it? We're diving deep into this because the numbers are pretty compelling.
They really are. Get this. Something like 58%, over half of people are using voice search now to find local businesses.
Wow, over half.
Yeah. So think about it. A majority, potentially, of your customers are speaking their needs, not typing. If your business isn't ready for that, well, you could be missing out. Big time.
Okay, let's break that down. So traditionally, you'd think, okay, someone needs a plumber in Tampa. They type plumber Tampa FL. Simple enough.
Right, the standard keyword search. But voice is different.
Oh.
Well, voice searches are usually longer. They sound more like how people actually talk, more conversational. And often, they signal more urgency. It's not just clipped keywords. People ask full questions, like, instead of typing electrician near me,
Let's see.
they'd say something like, hey, Google, who fixes power outages near me? Or maybe, okay, Google, find an electrician available right now. It's more natural language.
Gotcha. So less like talking to a computer, more like asking a person for help.
Yeah.
And you mentioned urgency. That seems key for service businesses.
Oh, absolutely. Picture this, okay? It's, say, 6:30 in the morning. You wake up, stumble downstairs, and your basement is flooding.
Oh, no. Nightmare scenario.
Total nightmare. Are you going to calmly sit down and type, emergency water damage restoration services, zip code 12345? Probably not.
Definitely not. I'd be panicking.
Exactly. You're grabbing your phone, maybe still half asleep, maybe a little panicked, and you just yell, hey, Google, find me an emergency plumber near me right now.
And what does Google do then in that moment?
Google's going to try and instantly give you the best, most relevant local options it trusts. And let's be honest, when your basement's filling with water,
You're not scrolling.
you're not scrolling. You're looking at maybe the top 2, maybe 3 results Google serves up. That's it.
So if you're not one of those top few listings for that kind of urgent spoken search,
You're basically invisible to a customer who desperately needs you and is ready to hire immediately.
okay, that makes the importance crystal clear. So for the business owners listening, what can they actually do? How do they get found through voice search?
Right, the practical stuff. There are definitely actionable things. First one, and it sounds simple, but it's crucial. Write like people talk.
Right, like people talk. Where?
In your Google business profile, your GBP, think about the actual words, the phrases your customers would use out loud when they have a problem your business solves.
Okay, give me an example. Like, if I fix heaters.
Perfect. Instead of just listing heating repair, think about what someone says. Maybe add phrases like fix broken heater fast, or my furnace isn't working, or heater blowing cold air.
Okay. Like troubleshooting language almost. What about, say, an AC company?
Same idea. AC won't turn on, air conditioner making weird noise, need emergency AC repair. Or a locksmith, locked out of my house, need locks changed now, locksmith near me urgently. You get the idea. Use that natural spoken language.
It's about mirroring the customer's actual words in that moment of need. Makes sense. Okay, what's tip number 2?
Number 2, add specific services to your Google business profile. Don't just be general.
Go beyond just plumber.
Exactly. Be specific. If you're a plumber, list things like drain unclogging, water heater repair, leaky faucet fix, pipe burst emergency, sewer line inspection. The more specific you are,
The better chance Google has of matching you to a specific spoken request.
precisely. You're giving Google more data points to connect you with the right searcher.
Okay, conversational language, specific services. What's the third key thing?
This one is absolutely fundamental, voice search or not, but maybe even more critical for voice. Double check your NAP.
NAP, name, address, phone number.
You got it. Name, address, phone number. Make absolutely certain it's identical, consistent, everywhere it appears online.
Everywhere. Like,
Your website, Facebook, Yelp, industry directories, local listings, everywhere. It needs to be exactly the same. Think of it like your business's digital fingerprint. It has to match.
and why is that consistency so important for voice search?
Because voice assistants Google Assistant, Siri, Alexa, they rely heavily on having confident, accurate information. If your NAP is different on your website versus, say, Yelp,
Google gets confused or loses trust.
exactly. It creates ambiguity. It erodes Google's confidence that you are who you say you are and that you're located where you say you are. Inconsistent NIP is a major red flag, and it makes Google much less likely to serve you up as a result, especially for a voice query where it wants to give a quick, reliable answer.
Okay, so recap. Use conversational phrases in your GBP, list out all your specific services, and nail down that NAP consistency across the board. Let's dig into the why a bit more. Why do these things work so well for voice?
Yeah, good question. It really comes down to how Google is trying to understand intent behind those spoken queries. When you use natural conversational language in your profile,
You're basically speaking Google's language, or rather the user's language that Google is trying to understand.
you nailed it. You're
Thanks.
directly signaling, hey, Google, the way people ask for this service, that's exactly what I offer. You're making the connection obvious for the algorithm.
And the specific services, that adds more proof.
Precisely. It provides deeper context. If someone asks, hey, Google, who can fix a running toilet near me? And you've specifically listed running toilet repair as a service, well, that's a much stronger match than just having plumber listed. It's like giving Google perfectly shaped puzzle pieces.
Makes sense. And the NAP consistency reinforces the foundation of trust, showing you're a real, established local entity.
Absolutely. It's foundational for local SEO in general, but for voice, where Google wants to give a single confident answer, that trust factor is amplified. If Google isn't sure about your basic details, it's just not going to recommend you via voice.
This ties into something interesting, the idea of voice search as a kind of hidden driver
Ugh.
of local traffic. What does that mean?
It means that many businesses, they might be focusing on traditional SEO, optimizing for those type keywords we talked about earlier.
Right. Plumber Tampa FL.
Yeah. And they might be doing okay with that. But they're completely overlooking this whole other way people are searching conversationally, often urgently, using their voice.
So they're missing a whole segment of potential customers.
A potentially huge segment. And often, it's the most motivated segment. The person with the flooded basement isn't casually browsing. They need help now. So if you're not optimized for how they search, you're invisible to them. That traffic is hidden from you.
Wow. And we know local searches often lead to quick action, right? There's that stat.
Yeah, it's a powerful one. Something like 78% of local searches on a mobile phone result in an offline purchase or visit within 24 hours.
78%.
78. Now, combine that high purchase intent with the urgency we often see in voice searches.
Like the basement flood example.
Exactly. You're talking about extremely high-value traffic. These aren't just casual inquiries. These are often people with an immediate problem needing an immediate solution, ready to pay for it.
So ignoring voice search isn't just missing clicks, it's missing out on potentially your most valuable, ready-to-buy customers.
That's the crux of it. You're leaving money on the table, potentially quite a lot of it.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly important, but maybe a bit overwhelming for a busy business owner trying to, actually run their business.
It definitely can be. Keeping up with Google's changes, optimizing your profile, building citations for NFP consistency, it takes time and know-how. It's not always straightforward.
Which is probably why some businesses decide to get help with this stuff.
Absolutely. Look, you can do it yourself, but local SEO, especially Google Maps and voice search optimization, it's a specific skill set. It changes constantly.
Right.
So many small to mid-sized service businesses find it makes more sense to partner with someone who specializes in this. It saves them time, frustration, and often gets them better results faster than trying to figure it all out alone.
And there are different kinds of help out there, right? We touched on this before.
We have. You've got your big all-in-one marketing platforms, think Bright Local or Moz Local. They're powerful, lots of tools, but often better suited for larger companies with maybe an in-house marketing team to manage it all.
Okay.
But then there are more specialized companies like Maps SEO experts, for example, that focus specifically on Google Maps SEO for small to mid-sized service businesses. They offer a more tailored, often more affordable approach focused purely on getting you ranked locally and capturing that voice search traffic.
So finding the right fit depending on your business size and needs. Okay, so let's wrap this up. The main thing you need to take away from our deep dive today is pretty clear, isn't it?
I think so. If you run a local service business, you absolutely cannot afford to ignore voice search any longer.
Yeah. If you're not thinking about how customers are speaking their needs into their phones or smart speakers,
You're missing out. You're missing those high-intent, ready-to-hire customers. Simple as that.
it really makes you think, though. If voice search is this big, kind of under-the-radar opportunity, what else might local businesses be missing in their online strategy? What other blind spots are out there?
That's a great question. The digital landscape for local businesses is always shifting. There's always something new to consider, some new angle to explore.
Definitely food for thought. Well, that brings us to the end for today. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
Always a pleasure.
We'll catch you next time for another look at what you need to know to get your business found.
Thanks for diving in with us. Don't forget to follow SEO Deep Dive by MapRankHack for more local SEO tips that bring real results. See you next time.